So here we come at the end of the day to another example problem. After all that we have talked about, after all of the diagrams and the rules and the shorthand, it now comes time to test how well this has sunk in. Provided the electron configurations below in their noble gas notation, what neutral elements are these? Use the periodic table as a roadmap. See if you can't find what the label is for each of the elements that have these particular electron configurations. All right, welcome back. Let's check out a periodic table, right? The nearest one that I have that I can show you is this. And again, I'm just gonna clean it because I need it to be fresh to use. All right, so our first electron configuration, just to come back to our example problem, we're gonna start at argon. We're gonna hang a left at 4s2, and we're going to move 4 places over in the D block, in that first row, the 3D row. All right, so we're gonna start at argon. We are here. We're gonna cruise on right through the 4s, and we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 positions into the D block. Here we can see the element that we have landed on is chromium. Therefore, the element that has this electron configuration in its neutral form is chromium. All right, so using the periodic table as a roadmap is a really handy tool. Instead of having to write out electron configurations like from scratch and making second guesses, the periodic table is good for so many powerful things. All right, so let's look at our next example. We have krypton. We're going to then move on through the 5s, and then into the 4D, 9 positions over. So we're going to start at krypton. We're going to move through the 5s, and then jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 positions over, and we can see that this corresponds to the element with the symbol Ag, and the symbol of Ag corresponds to the element of silver. So krypton, 5s2, 4d9, this corresponds to the element of silver. All right, last but not least, we can see that there's another little bit of a doozy. We're moving through the 4f subshell again. So we gotta start at xenon, cruise on through the 6s, 14 of the 4f electrons, 10 of the 5d positions, and we're going to finally rest in the 6p subshell. All right, so let's start with xenon. Cruise on through the 6s. We're gonna move through all 14 positions of the 4f. We're gonna move through the entirety of the 5d, and now we can see up next is the 6p. We move 1, 2 positions over, and lead is where we find our the element that we are curious about. So the element with this particular electron configuration in its neutral form is lead. All right, so if we give you, or if you come across some particular element name, you should be able to write out either the total electron configuration, the noble gas configuration, draw the orbital box diagram following the 3 rules that we've talked about, any of the above. Or if I give you that information, you should be able to use the periodic table to identify what the element is that we are actually working with.